Hello. I am here to make a review on the Depo Provera birth control shot. And it's more so like a personal testimony on how it affected me. Okay, I have gone through, I'll tell you my age. I'm 23 years old. I've gone through the pill, and I don't know about any other ladies, but I hate the pill. I'm not good at remembering to take it. I have a lot of things going on, and I have to wind up doubling up, and then my cycle's irregular, and blah. So I finally went off to stay on dorm on campus, because usually I was just attending a community college, and I just come back home to my mother. But I was like, oh well, I want to experience the dorm life, so I went to stay at the dorm. Well, prior to that, I had been off of birth control for about I want to say '09. I stopped taking birth control pills in '09. So 10, 11, 12. Well, you can't really count 12, so I guess you'd say like 2 years, 2.5. I don't really know, I suck at math. But so I was needing to find some other form of contraceptive. It's also was before I got saved, so yeah. So my mom was like, well, why don't you do the Depo Provera shot? You don't have to take the pill every day and blah blah blah. And plus I had known other people that had taken the Depo shot, and I was also kind of afraid of taking it because I saw some of the side effects. 3 females that I knew that took the Depo Provera shot, it made them gain a lot of weight. So I was like, I don't really know. And 2 other girls, it made their breast, I think they gained maybe like 2 cup sizes. Like, yeah, it made the breast really big, which that's not really a problem. It's kind of I guess a plus. So I was like, well, let me do some research on YouTube. So I looked at some videos, and I saw only one video that out of maybe 15 that I watched that was a positive video. A lot of the women were saying, oh, it made my breasts really tender, it made me cramp really bad, it made my back hurt, I wouldn't stop bleeding, I got headaches. I even saw where some women were saying that it was almost as if it was driving them mad, like they were angry. It was really making them angry. So to stop taking it. So I was like, whoa, I really want to put this in my body. But I was like, okay, well, it does affect everyone differently, and if it does affect me negatively, I can just not go back for the second injection. So I went for my first injection on April 5th, which you have to be on your cycle to get the shot. That's their way of making sure that you're not pregnant. So I went for my shot. Shot was painless, but I have a really high tolerance for pain. So someone else may feel differently about it. Got my injection. The nurse told me that the shot works immediately. However, after a scare, the doctor told me you actually should use a backup contraceptive for 2 weeks. Well, the nurse didn't tell me that, so I was like pulling my hair out because I thought I was pregnant, but I wasn't, thank God. So I'm due back for my second shot the end of this month, which is June, but most definitely by the 5th of July. As far as how it's been affecting me, I haven't gained any weight, but it's almost like it's been keeping me from losing weight, if that makes any sense. Well, maybe it makes sense this way. I went through a really tough time, and I wasn't really eating well. I actually had kind of stopped eating. For a long time, I stayed between 120 pounds, give or take a few. Well, when I moved on campus, I gained 15. 15 pounds everyone talks about you gain when you move into a dorm. gained 15 pounds. Well, after taking my shot, went through that tough time and actually lost those 15 pounds, maybe a few more. But after things got a little bit better, I started back eating, but I kind of started watching what I was eating, excuse me, and I didn't gain any more weight, but I also didn't lose it. So I'm kind of like mediating between 125. So I guess that, that's pretty fine because I've been 125 before. I have experienced sore breast, but it hasn't been intense. I actually have experienced sore breast, my breast being more sore before I got on this shot than it is now. Every now and then I have a little pain at the top or maybe on the side, but that's been about it. As far as the cramping, yes, I have experienced cramping. However, it's not constant. I have it like maybe every few weeks or something like that. Sometimes it's a little intense, but it's nothing that ibuprofen can't fix, which is good because before I got on the shot, I had to take naproxen because my cramps would have me doubled over. I couldn't eat. I would be pale because I would have a cycle for like 2 weeks. Like, it was horrible. So this was actually good for me. So the pain, it wasn't anything. The bleeding, I was different because, I saw in the videos where the women were saying that it made them bleed for the first 3 months, which the doctors would tell you there is a chance that you will spot the first 3 weeks, and then by the time you get your second injection, it should have leveled out. Well, I actually only spotted for the first 2 weeks, and then after that it stopped. Now, here's the thing with the spotting. It's really tricky because the spotting is not enough to wear a tampon. Most definitely not enough to wear a pad, but it's almost too much for a panty liner. And it's not like your regular like pink spotting or your red spotting. It's that brownish kind of nasty looking spotting that you get towards the end of your cycle. I actually only did that for 2 weeks and that was it. So I haven't had a cycle for May, and I have not had a cycle for June, which is now the 16th of June now. So I haven't had a cycle for that then. So, I'm doing backflips because I don't miss my period at all. I'm glad that it's gone. So I'm due back for my second injection the end of this month, but most definitely the 5th of July. So yeah, that's basically my review. My review is more so positive than it is negative. Yeah, I did experience some things, but it wasn't anything that I could not deal with, and it definitely did not interfere with my daily routine or anything like that. So, definitely a thumbs up for the Depo Provera. It was definitely a lifesaver. So yeah, I hope this video kind of helped you out and made you figure out whether you want to try it or not. But also keep in mind that this shot affects everyone differently. So, it could affect you better than it did me. It could affect you worse than, it did me. The only thing you can do is just try it out. And all else fails. If you don't like it, just don't go back for your second injection. So later, guys.